Hello, friends, and welcome to the what is this again? It's the Cinemondo,
Cinemondo.
the Cinemondo podcast.
We do
We've been.
everything.
I'm surprised I can't remember since we've done 500,000 episodes,
Yeah, that's
almost
pretty
as
much
many
it.
episodes as some anime series in Japan.
I know. I'm excited to see this because I am not that familiar with One Piece, which is what we're going to look at, but it is apparently a phenomenon. So
Yeah,
I'm glad to see this as something that can become a doorway for me because I would love to get more into this. So it's like, tell me about it, Burke. It's like manga, anime, books, games. What else?
movies,
A
feature
series.
films, like feature
14
theatrical
movies. Like, holy
films,
shit.
14 of them.
And I bet most of you have not heard of this. And it's massive. So that's
Yeah,
why I
it's
really
it's
wanted to check this
huge.
out.
And that happens in subcultures. You know,
Yes.
when you go to other countries, and that's one of the things.
Right.
I went to Japan. One of the things that's so cool about going to another country is you step off the airplane and you step into their world, and you start realizing, wow, everything isn't always about
That's
America.
right. That's right.
And
That's why I love
my
doing this with around the world movies and TV and
yeah,
all that because I love like checking out other cultures' entertainment because you get a
yeah,
doorway, a little window into their lives and their interests, and it's interesting.
and you see that huge popularity of things that you've never heard of, and that
That's right.
everybody in Japan is into. They know about it. Of course we know about it.
Of course.
And it's like that shows you how big the world is. The world is really big, and there's so much culture, so many different amazing things going on that you just have to. And we live in the internet age. You can look it up. You can Google
Yeah.
One Piece and find out all about it and get into it. And you can go. I mean, if you live in a relatively big city, there you might have a Japanese market or a
Yeah.
store, a video store, a bookstore that has
Mhm.
a row of
That's right.
manga that you can go and check out, and they translate them into English.
Yeah.
And if they don't translate them into English, you can get your phone and use Google Translate. This is my
So
tip for the
easy.
day. If you want to
That's right.
read comic books from other countries, which I do, I use Google Translate. You take a picture of the page and then read it, and then you can look at the pictures.
A little labor intensive, but it works, which is really nice.
If you want to get into it, that's one way. But a lot of them are translated. They're translated, and you have to learn how to read it backwards, though. You
That's
have to
right.
turn the pages backwards and read
So
backwards on the
funny.
page.
I love that.
But you get into it after a while, and some of the manga is amazing.
Love it. So let's take a look at this trailer.
But
This
this
is
is for
it's
a
called
live action
this is a
Netflix
live
production.
live action adaptation. It's created by Stephen Maeda and Matt Owens. Steve Maeda was he worked on Lost, and Matt Owens worked on Agents of Shield. So they're guys that know their way around big production
Yeah,
TV. It's also, I think, this is Netflix's attempt to kind of try and reinvigorate their live action from animated division because they've done a few that haven't quite succeeded, like Cowboy Bebop and
right.
Death Note, which I actually like Death Note, but I guess it wasn't that big of a hit. So they're really trying to make this happen, and this might be the one because it's like it's
Yeah.
got high awareness in most parts of the world besides
And
America.
honestly,
That's why
I'm
we're looking at it.
surprised it's going because of what happened with Cowboy Bebop. That was such a
Yeah,
fun anime
yeah, it
series.
was, it was.
And I thought the series kind of got it a little
Yeah,
bit, it was a little wonky, but it was like I would have watched a little bit more of that.
yeah, I
But
know it's sad.
this is a bizarre one. This is kind of a crazy, wild type of anime. The anime version of it, the Japanese anime version of it, written by Eiichiro Oda, is the sort of cute style anime,
Hmm.
very very like wild and exaggerated. It's not serious and gritty. It's goofy. It's about a
Right,
kid that's like rubbery boy.
but it's
But
about pirates, which I
yeah,
think is hilarious. So we all love pirates. Who doesn't love pirates? Let's take a look at this.
let's see what it looks like.
I'm dying to look at this. All right,
Oh, it's
there
a
it
pirate
is. Look
ship.
at all the
Okay,
pirate stuff.
are we ready?
Ready.
And
Ever since I was a kid. The sea's been calling. So, I'm setting out to follow my dreams. I'm gonna be king of the pirates. All I need is a loyal crew. And I think together we'd make a pretty good team. We're heading up to the Grand Line.
A treacherous stretch of ocean with bigger islands and bigger pirates. Careful with that.
I don't work for you.
I'm sensing a little bit of tension amongst the crew.
Not a crew.
We haven't sailed together for very long, but I know we've got each other's backs. All great fighters call out their finishing moves.
No, they don't.
Soon.
That looks wild.
That looks nuts. I think that I
Yeah.
hope that sea monster who comes off scary it's so cute. I hope that's actually a good guy. I'm just saying.
You never know. You just never
You
know.
never know with this shit. Like it's always like, oh my god, oh no, we'll charm the monster and he will help us. That's how it's gonna work.
Yeah. You
Or
just
he'll
have-
use
you-
this big rubber fist to like wrap around, knock it out of the water. It's gonna be one of
Yeah,
those.
he can stretch himself. He's like Mr.
That's wild.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I like they
because-
saved that till the very end because he just looks like kind of a dork.
Yeah.
And then also he's got this crazy superpower. Like, what the hell?
But he got it from eating some magic dragon fruit, I think.
That's
He-
what
he
happens when you eat
Got
that.
this affliction. So kids, be careful with the dragon
Don't eat
fruit.
magic dragon fruit. It
It looks beautiful there in the market, but be careful.
Be afraid of it. It's very, but it looks beautifully produced. It's got,
Yeah.
I love the diverse cast. I like the production value looked really high. It looks really fun. It looked a little young. I felt a little
Yeah.
YA vibe, but that's
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
But that's okay because it kind of is. But at the same time, it is about, it's anime. So, you just roll with it. But it still has a sophistication to it that I thought was kind of interesting. So I would probably watch this kind
Yeah.
of crazy thing. It looks pretty fun. It's crazy.
That's the thing about a lot of kid anime in Japan. It doesn't talk down to kids as some other countries' cartoons do.
Mhm.
It's not always about kids stay in school. It's about fun and adventure and
Being a pirate,
and
for one.
craziness. Just crazy story, and that's one of the things that kind of drives the a lot of the manga, because manga is hugely popular. Manga is the comic book,
Right.
and we call them comic books here, but they call them books there, and it's like you see you go to Tokyo, you see adults reading manga on the metro, it's in
Right.
public. They're not ashamed,
Not.
and it's not aimed at children always. There's like serious detective stories and murder mysteries and dramas and things like that are told in the form of narrative, visual graphic novel style.
Yeah. I think that's really cool. So I have one poster, which is interesting because it's anime, but they're making it look kind of animated in the poster, which is strange. Because at first I saw it, I'm like, is this the right one? Because I don't know if they're trying to attract the animation. They're kind of trying to have it both ways, it looks like. They want it to
Yeah,
be
it does.
live action, which is sort of realistic, but then they also want people to appealing to people who like the animation and the anime. So I think they're kind of trying to have it both ways. Like it's almost like a segue between the two almost.
Unless this is a poster for one of the 14 feature films that have been made of this.
This is Netflix, and
This is
and
it
it
has
the
that
logo.
end up there.
Yeah, it has the logo on it, and it's on IMDb. So I'm just assuming.
Yeah, it seems
That's
like
hard. And I like that they left some of the Japanese lettering in it. That's pretty cool. And I love the hat.
Yeah.
Like apparently the hat is like the trademark
that's
of the main guy.
his
Which I
anime
think's cool.
character wears that hat.
I think that's really funny because you can go a long way with that. Because that hat can be iconic. It can be like they had it in the logo. They're probably
Yeah.
going to use it for like teaser stuff and promos, and you can have that as swag. You could give that away. I mean, there's so many great things you can do with a hat like that. It'd be really fun to
Yeah.
have one. It's very cute, but that looked fun.
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing it. I haven't seen anything like this, and it makes me want to go and check out some of the other One Piece stuff.
Yeah, it has that wild fantasy vibe to
Yeah.
it, where there's like it's almost like a Peter Pan vibe in
Mhm.
a way with the pirates, of course, but with the idea that it seems like these are kids using their imagination.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you're expected to believe that this is actually happening in reality. This almost seems like these kids are making it up as they go along. And, you know,
They're
there's a
playing
pirate
along.
ship with a big, you know, pink pirate ship with a heart on
That
the
was cool.
sail. And like you were saying, the giant monster that comes up, and it's like, it just seems like a wild childhood adventure,
Yeah, it
dream,
does.
kind of dream, make
Yeah,
believe, pretend kind of a thing.
looked really fun.
Yeah, it looks fun.
All right, so let us know what you guys think. Have you seen any other One Piece properties? I mean, there's a lot. So let us know what you think of that and
Are
what
you
you're
a super
expecting.
fan? Have you been a super
Yeah.
fan for 20 years?
Do you think this is doing it justice just by looking at the trailer? Because again, this is
No.
just a trailer we're looking at. We have no idea what the actual show is like. So I'm very interested in how trailers affect people. So let us know.
Yeah, are you worried that it's gonna not get the anime right or do it wrong? Is it interesting or upsetting or confusing that it's like a not a fully Japanese production, that there's people that are, you know, that weren't involved with the animated versions of this story, who are now sort of
Mhm.
taking it to Netflix and turning it into a more internationally appealing
Yeah.
property instead of keeping it 100%.
Bring it to the
Uh,
masses. Why not?
yeah.
More people
What are
need
your
to be
thoughts about
introduced
that?
to anime and and things like that. And I think this is one way to do it. Just kind of put in their comfort zone and hopefully they'll travel back and get some of the cool old stuff.
Yeah, and you go back and you've got like 65 billion episodes
There's a
of it
lot.
to watch to catch up with.
Plenty of anime for you to see. So
Yeah, a
check
whole
it out.
lifetime of stories,
Oh my
One
God.
Piece stories.
So let us know in the comments what you think about this, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.